Hey, we have Kate Ashley Clark in the house today to talk about the Liberty Rally coming up this weekend. Good morning, Kate Ashley.
Good morning.
Thanks
All
for
right.
coming in. How
Yeah.
are you?
Thanks so much for having me. I'm really excited. We've been working on this rally for a long time and excited to have it kick off tomorrow.
Well, this is good stuff.
Yeah.
We need more rallies like this in disenfranchised enclaves across the country
Yeah,
in
that's right.
those blue states. So let's talk for a second. First of all, you're quite youthful, and most people just don't think that people in your generation care or involved or are too worried about the circumstances that good governance might help improve upon, right? So what's your reaction to that?
Absolutely. I think we're at kind of an unprecedented time in our nation's history, and I think that's becoming very evident to a lot of people, whether at the national stage or at the local stage. We've seen a lot of policy being pushed that's just fully for agendas that are not in alignment with what our country was founded on. And so I formed Citizen Courage as an answer to that. We believe that people of faith should be at the forefront of mobilizing the community and educating the public on what's happening and standing up for liberty and truth.
So Citizen Courage is your organization.
Yes.
How did that come about?
Just through prayer and then deciding it's time to take action. I watched the election pan out. I was really frustrated and disenfranchised and felt that at first I was really angry and feeling like, what can I do? And this is what we can do. We have several initiatives that we've been working toward. One is an after-school program that's focused on the Constitution. One is Washington Voter Research Project. We've been doorbelling to clean up voter registration rolls. And then in this election cycle, we've been pushing really hard for our conservative candidates who are going to fight for liberty. We've seen a lot of overreach from even our local government, and so we are standing up to say we're not gonna cater to mandates, we're not gonna comply, and these are the candidates who are gonna stand up for us in doing that.
You know, it's interesting.
Awesome.
That sounds
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
You mentioned founding fathers, and so many of us believe that not only were they just the people of the time, but they were inspired, that they were divinely inspired
Definitely.
to create this experiment that nobody else had and that offers so much. Here is an opinion piece. You can just see it out of the corner of your eye here from the Washington Post from yesterday that says, why can't our political system address our biggest problems? Blame the founding fathers.
Yeah, bingo.
and this article, we're talking about this in the next half hour. And the author, Max Boot, who's a nut job anyway, but he basically says that the reason that we can't get a handle on, I guess, what big government would do even bigger is because the founding fathers built in things into our Constitution. He calls it our current dysfunction. If you want to blame anyone for our current dysfunction, you need to look to the men who created our country. And I think that that's going to touch a few of our listeners in the hot spot, like we believe that what you're here to talk about is the same thing. So if people want to sort of, I guess, energize each other, which is what happens at these rallies, you go, you see like-minded, you don't feel isolated, you don't feel alone, you have your ideas validated and supported, and you hear people that are willing to step up and carry those ideas into the marketplace of ideas. That's kind of the whole point of rallies like that. What will be taking place at the Liberty Rally coming up?
Yeah, so we're going to have a couple of musicians coming out. We have Lilani Lee Brown and Healer and Header. We also will be having all of our endorsed candidates speak who are running for the county commissioner's office, city council, school boards. And then we also have Joe Kent, he's running for Congress in Washington District 3 and has recently been endorsed by President Trump. He's a combat veteran and a Gold Star husband, so he'll be our keynote speaker. We'll have Kim's Barbecue out there for food, and and basically our goal is that everyone who's there and listening will walk away with action steps that they can take to ensure that their liberties are being upheld, and whether it's working together to protest mandates or voting for the elected official who's going to do that on their behalf as well.
One of our show's best friends,
Awesome.
Mike Johnson, is back in
Yep.
Washington, D.C. on other causes, but he says, you don't necessarily think that you can impact the things that that happen there. But the things that happen there start other places and ultimately work their way to there. And so what we can do is impact things in our local marketplace. The people that we elect today may be the person who inspires someone who ultimately becomes someone back there next time, or maybe even you, young lady.
That's
So,
right. That's right.
And I think it proves that our system does work, that our
Yeah.
founding fathers were wise to break it down from the federal to the local level and give the citizen the power, and that's what we're standing for.
And I think Mr. Boots' point is that we're not capable of handling at our level. And again, it gets back to having that the expert class that Mike Johnson was talking about. So
all the particulars. Now, you guys have got a Facebook page and you have a web page, right?
Yep, it's
Okay.
our website is citizencourage.com, and we're on Facebook at Citizen Courage Yakima. We have our event page there for more details, and yeah.
And you started Citizen Courage, right?
Yes.
I love the website. You got to check it out, folks. CitizenCourage.com. Lots of information right there for you. Now, the rally is when and what time?
It's tomorrow night
Tomorrow
from
night.
6:30 to 9 p.m. We
Okay.
have buses going up starting at 6 p.m.
Okay.
where do I catch the bus?
Yeah.
Down below the event venue, there will be parking, and we'll have a parking attendant, but that way, people can get up using the bus.
So Valikoff's, we've talked about Mr. Valikoff and the various projects that he's been
Yep.
involved in over
Yep.
time, and his house and yard, what
Yep.
have you, has been used as a venue for a ton of things. He routinely throws evening gatherings and parties and this sort of thing. So if you know where that's at, I suppose the actual Kanawak Pass address or something
Yep,
is on the website.
3081 Kanawak Pass, and it's on the website all right there. It's in Wapato, so there you go. CitizenCourage.com and or the Citizen Courage Liberty Rally Facebook page. You'll find information all over there. Good stuff.
Boy, I tell you,
Good stuff.
just impressed, young lady. I do have to put you on the spot, though. What kind of music does Healer and Header play?
Country.
Well played. Let's see if she knew. We're talking rodeo action there. Let's see if I can
Yeah.
catch her. But she nails it.
Yeah.
And I'll bet she's got all the other right answers in a lot of areas, too, from someone who has her energy and her vision to create an organization like this, coupled with your faith and your belief in America. So good on you.
Thank
Put
you.
this information on our website later today. We will.
What do you do in the real
Yeah.
world?
I'm a business intelligence analyst for a small software company.
Do you live in the Yakima area?
I do live in Yakima, yeah. So I had been living in Seattle. When they went remote for COVID, I was able to move back. So
Oh, cool.
You know, I was just struck. This is a youthful voice that
Yep.
seems to think like we think, Lance Termy.
Yeah, that's right. Man,
So
you
you're
don't
not
get
looking
that
so
very much.
good. I wonder if she could do a radio job. Or at least be willing to comment from time to time from a youthful perspective on these issues.
Absolutely.
Make sure we get your number, and we'll consider, you know how Fox News has its contributors?
That's
You
right.
could be like the first KIT contributor.
There you go.
I would love that.
I think that's pretty darn cool myself. All right, Kate Ashley Clark, appreciate you coming in, inspiring to see young people taking this sort of interest and involvement and actually rolling up their sleeves and doing the work to get it going. I don't know if I can get out there this Saturday night or not.
This
but
Thursday.
This Thursday.
It's Thursday.
Tomorrow.
The thing is always Thursday. His other events are like Thursdays too.
Yeah, it's
Why did
Thursday. Yep.
Okay, well Thursday. Good thing
Yep.
I wasn't allowed to carry on the big lie. We've got enough of the big lies going around us. So Thursday night, out at the Valikoff's, and come hear some candidates and rub elbows with some like-minded folks. And we put Kate Ashley in our Rolodex for future conversations. Sound like a plan?
Sounds great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.